Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you do an amazing job as Obi-Wan Kenobi. What was it like coming in and taking over this role from there's two different actors and you're the third? It's kind of a legacy to fulfill there, and you're doing an awesome job of it.
A lot of pressure. Well, thank you very much. There's a lot of pressure there. Sure, you've got Alec Guinness, who does the classic old Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ewan McGregor doing the younger Obi-Wan. So what I tried to do is, as a voice actor, I tried to really combine the two of them. But originally I was matching Ewan because we were still doing the films back then. So, I would do his voice as best as I could and just do that and talk in that way. But then I want to take a little of Alec Guinness and put that in there and combine the two of them, and now you have this Obi-Wan Kenobi who lives in his own world, and if I do my job right, nobody knows I exist. So there you go. Yeah.
Well, now, what's that like when you meet Ewan McGregor and you start doing his voice to him? Is that something you do with him, just like go back and forth and like mock him?
No, I actually do voice doubling for a lot of different people, like David Spade or Michael J. Fox. David Spade, yeah, you can see that one coming, right? Yeah, I know, okay. Or Michael J. Fox, of course, I do this voice as well, and, Billy Bob Thornton. So, Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp, all of those things. So it's great fun to do these voices, and they usually approve of you to be their double and whatnot, and, so they go, okay, it sounds enough like me that we can pull this off. So, it's fun to give them a bad time, sure.
Those are some pretty amazing voice characterizations. Did you ever think of taking it on the road and doing a one-man show? Because I would sit and listen to that all day long.
Very kind. I actually do have a one-man show that I've just been in rehearsals on and am ready to actually take out pretty quickly because I do quite a few different voices. And one voice nobody ever guesses, I'm the voice of Fred Flintstone. So nobody would ever guess a guy that looks like Barney Rubble is actually, yeah, but damn it, that's me, Fred Flintstone.
Betty, actually. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you, but I was like, you're Betty Rubble. Now, where did you say you play the one-man show at?
We're actually going to be taking it on the road here pretty soon, but I'm just in rehearsals right now, so yeah.
I'm going to come see that, actually, now that I know who you are. No, I think it's awesome. Now, what is the relationship like between Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi this season? This new developments happening that we don't know about yet?
Yeah, the thing is, it's turned into more of a brotherly, kind of relationship here. I think when Anakin was younger, when he was a kid, it was almost fatherly to a degree. And now they are like brothers giving each other a bad time, and they poke fun at each other. But, it's because Anakin is on his own, and he's so competent now. Obi-Wan really knows that he can't really do much other than go, oh, Anakin, be careful, I have a bad feeling about this, is pretty much my line now. But so you're going to see a lot of that, banter back and forth, and Dave Filoni and the writers are doing a great job of giving us those opportunities to show that kind of, fun-loving kind of thing between them, but also drifting towards the seriousness of seeing where Anakin is turning. I can't give away too much stuff, but we are going to see different sides of each of these characters. Some sides of Obi-Wan we've never seen before in any of the films and the show before as well, so I'm very excited about that.
Now, continuing on with that, is there any characters that you were a fan of before you started doing this from any of the 6 films that you're finally getting to interact with this season, or is that more secrets that we are not allowed to know about?
Well, there are some, yeah. Well, I'll say this one. I am the voice of Plo Koon, which was a Jedi Master that was only seen in the films, and yeah.
And so Plo Koon is me as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi. So
for me, it's fun because we get to explore Plo Koon in this series and really get to know that character more, and it's great fun for me because Dave Filoni, our director, it's his favorite character, so he and I really get to have a lot of fun with that.
Now, what about Admiral Ackbar? Are they giving this guy some props this time out, or what?
I could tell you, but then I'd have to use the Jedi mind trick and say, you didn't hear that from me.
Did I give it away? Because they're doing a prequel movie with Admiral Ackbar.
I know nothing. I know nothing.
So you're giving it away right now. He's coming back.
No, you didn't hear anything from me. No, not at all.
Okay, fine. Now, can you tell me one of your favorite scenes you're most excited about this season?
Well, gosh, I'm trying to think of if we can say it, although I think we've seen in some of the previews that Anakin, or Obi-Wan rather, may have some love interests in the past that we never got to see or know of. So I'm excited to show the fans all of that world and see more of Obi-Wan on a personal side. So,
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Was some of that taken out of the comic books or the mini books that have been written? I know, like, my favorite comic books as a kid when they did the Marvel series, sorry to spit, they had these younger Obi-Wan Kenobi stories that always fascinated me, and I always wish they would get back to some of that stuff.
I don't know if they were completely inspired by that, but I know that, Dave and the writers have been exploring so many new things. So from what I understand, I believe it's really more of between Dave and George Lucas creating these things now, so yeah.
Okay, well, thanks so much for talking to me. It was awesome seeing you and meeting you.